NewsNation law and justice contributor and former FBI agent Jennifer Coffindaffer. Good evening, Jennifer. Thanks so much for joining us. I wish it was under better circumstances, of course.
Thanks for having me, Alex.
All right, let's get your immediate thoughts on this shooting attack on police officers and the significance of it happening in Dallas, of course, where we remember 5 officers were killed in an infamous ambush back in 2016.
That's exactly right. In 2016, actually 14 officers were shot, and you're right, 5 died, Alex. And this is a stark reminder of that. This person, this individual who did this shooting was a sovereign citizen. He had been pulled over multiple times. He had refused to provide correct information. These are some of the most dangerous people that law enforcement can encounter and must be on the lookout for.
So looking at the facts of this particular shooting, execution style is the way that we're hearing it being called, meaning it was also appears to be unprovoked. So is there any way that police departments can combat this, can prevent something like this from happening to their police departments?
Well, if you look at the circumstances here, the individual went up to the police officer, Officer Burks, just engaging him in conversation. And as most police officers do, they serve their citizenry. And so he engaged back, at which point he was executed with a gun. I think this is going to put law enforcement back on notice, certainly in Dallas, that they have to be in color orange, meaning red is when you're in the confrontation, orange is right before. You have to be so careful not to expose yourself to such a horrible event.
Jennifer, what do we know about commonalities between people who might attack police officer in this way? Has there been research up to this point about similarities, behaviors, histories, criminal histories?
Well, definitely people who have no regard for the law. Also, in some instances, there are people that have mental breakdowns. One of the precursors that you can always look for, though, is situational issues within their personal life, either going through a divorce, losing a job, something that is happening to them that actually is the trigger point at which they decide to commit heinous crimes such as this.
In Jorge's report, he actually showed the state of Texas that it leads the U.S. in police officer deaths this year. Do you have any reasons why you think it might happen in Texas versus other places in our United States?
Well, of course, Dallas has a huge population. Of course, New York does as well, and California. But I think that it is a large population. When you look at Oak Cliff, which is where this happened, and I served in Dallas for about a dozen years, this is an extremely dangerous area. Any officer that is assigned to this area is on extra alert because of the poverty, because of individual gang situations that go on in that part of town. So unfortunately, this high stress area is, of course, more vulnerable to an attack such as this.
Jennifer, let's end with this. Thinking about sort of the hurdles that police departments across the country have when it comes to recruiting. Obviously, headlines like this is so disturbing, not just for the people of Dallas, Texas, but for anyone across the nation who has great respect for law enforcement. So, one, how do you think a community like Dallas should react to something like this? And two, how do you think city police departments across our country need to overcome headlines like this in order to continue drawing people into this profession?
Well, I think number one, the community needs to rally behind these officers. They really need to show their support. They need to say, listen, we are not going to put up with actions like this, and we're going to do everything we can within our community to come forward when they hear any word of somebody wanting to commit a crime like this. I think secondarily, as far as the departments themselves, they are going to have to continue to provide amazing training to help protect their officers and also pay salaries that are high enough to attract educated people that hopefully will join the force.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.